Hello and welcome back. I'm Steph and this is Archbellyoga. It's so wonderful to have you joining me in this space as always. And today's practice is, actually I'm not going to tell you what today's practice should invoke in you. So we're just going to work through a really nice gentle practice and you can share with me at the end how you felt. So quite often I'll tell you how the practice is designed to make us feel, what I had in mind when I put the little flow together. But today let's just see how you feel at the end so that you don't have that preconceived idea about how you're going to feel, because I just know that these practices are so beautiful that no matter how you feel, it is absolutely perfect. So welcome, join me, roll out your mat, let's do some yoga together. So we're going to start lying down today. Just rolling out the spine onto the floor, taking any rocks in the hips, just letting the back feel how good it is to lie down. Quite often it's not until we get into bed that we're beginning to relax the back of the body. Let the arms come out to the side, palms facing up. Shoulders taking any movements or wiggles, beginning to surrender down into the mat. Feel them releasing the tension. Legs can stay bent if you wish. Maybe walking the feet out to the edges of the mat. Let the knees fall in and support each other. Or if it feels nicer, you can stretch the legs out and let the toes fall out to the side. So feeling into what is it that you need? Where is it that the body feels the most at ease with itself? Taking a deep breath in, filling up the lungs, expanding the chest all the way to the top. Full exhale out through the mouth, side away. And again, full inhale. Fill up those lungs. Full exhale out through the mouth. Let go of the tension in the body, face, mind. What does that mean for you? It can be simply using that out breath to actively relax or notice the muscles. It can be sighing, letting the breath go, creating a sound element to that release. Closing down the eyes if it feels nice. Scanning the body from the head to the toes. Asking each part to relax. And for each of us, that will be different. We all hold tension in different ways. I'm going to spend a few moments just connecting with that, allowing yourself this time to really feel into the body, your body. This is your practice. And begin moving with a gentle wiggle of the fingers. Deepening that in-breath. expanding out the lungs again. If the knees are bent, stretch out the legs, give the toes a wiggle. Lifting the hands off the floor, letting the elbows be supported by the ground, making some fists, circle into the wrists, widen the feet, circle into the ankles. Reverse that direction. And shake out the hands, shake out the feet. Feel the vibrations of that shaking moving up through the legs, through the arms. Shake it away. Drawing the knees into the chest now, hands come onto the shins. Just squeeze those legs into the body. Feel the whole of the spine connecting down into the mat. Maybe a tuck of the chin in towards the chest so that we have that length in the back of the neck. Taking some deep breaths each time we exhale, squeezing the knees a little closer down, squeezing the belly. And relax them away a little. We're going to bring both hands to interlace around that right shin. Stretch away the left leg, point through the toes, stretch it away. Drawing the left leg back in, crossing the hands over to the left shin, stretching the right leg away. Stretching from the hip to the toes, drawing it back in. Take an inhale as we stretch that left leg away. Exhale as we draw the knees back into the body, switching hands. Inhale as we stretch the right leg away. Exhale as we draw it back in, and moving now at your own pace, with your own breath. Finding that small pause where the knees are both tucked into the body before moving to the other side. And when you finish on an even side, drawing the knees back into the body, squeeze them tight. Push the back of the shoulders down into the mat. As you draw those knees in, squeezing the body, release the feet to the floor. We're looking to have the feet hip distance roughly apart, toes pointing straight down towards that short edge of the mat. Relaxing the back of those shoulder blades down and into the mat. Hands simply resting on the hips or beside the body. We're lifting our right foot into the sky. Can we bring the sole of that foot to come parallel with the ceiling or the sky above us? And we can bring the right hand to the back of the right thigh, or if we can reach the outside of that right foot, then go for it. We're turning out that right knee, and as we exhale, we're using a little bit of pressure from our hand to guide us downwards, drawing that knee down and out towards the armpit, stretching it down towards the floor. Now we don't need to aim for the knee to reach the floor. We're simply stretching out the inner thigh, the inner groin. Coming back to that breath and only moving on that exhale. And you'll find a point where basically you feel stuck, like the knee, the foot, the leg, it's just not going to go anywhere else.
And we're just pausing here and letting the breath be soft and subtle. We're not forcing the knee to the floor. Can we keep the foot parallel to the sky? Can we keep our left hip grounded into the mat? And just breathing here into our half happy baby pose. On an inhale, drawing that foot back down towards the mat, release the hand. Let the leg meet the floor. I'm going to rock the knees from side to side a few times. Maybe the head can go in the opposite direction. You might hear a few clicks in the back or the hips. Coming back to center. Opposite side. We're going to lift that left foot into the sky. Can we bring the foot to be parallel to the sky? Hand can come to the back of that thigh or to the outside of that left foot. Turning the knee out towards the armpit, to the side of the body. And as we exhale, just using that gentle guide of the hand to draw the knee down to the floor. Long, steady out breaths. And again, we're just embracing exactly where our leg gets to, exactly where the stretch needs to be. Our aim is not to reach the floor. Although you might find that the knee can easily reach the floor, that's great. But if we're not there yet, that is also wonderful. And after a while of being in one place, you might find that as you apply that gentle pressure on the exhale, you can sink a little deeper. Focus on keeping the right hip connected to the mat, grounding it back down. On an inhale, drawing that foot back down towards the mat, release the hand. Gentle rock of the knees from side to side. Head can go in the opposite direction. Coming back to center. We're rolling over onto one side and bringing ourselves up to seated. So taking a comfortable cross-leg position, if you're able. If it feels a little tight on the hips, we can pop a cushion under the bum. And if cross-legged is really not good for you, then please feel free to have the legs slightly out in front or straight, or perhaps one just tucked in. So it really is about working with what feels good for you. The idea of our yoga class is not to put us in a place of complete discomfort. We might have moments of it that we can work through, but we don't want to be sitting in a very uncomfortable space. Gently resting the hands on the knee. We're going to draw the chest forward, chin, chest, as we inhale, stretching the front of the body forward, curving into the spine. As we exhale, push into the hands, round the spine, draw the belly button all the way in, chin comes to chest. Inhale, drawing forward. Exhale, rounding through the spine, coming into a seated cat and cow. Let the breath move the guide the movement. Can we draw the shoulders blades back as we come forward? Can we create space and broaden the back of the shoulders as we sink inwards? Where can we make extra space in the body? Where can we encourage that releasing of tightness and tension? And after the next exhale, drawing back to center. Inhale, lifting the arms up into the sky, fingertips reach up. We're going to exhale the right hand down, reaching over to the left. Stretching into the left side of the body, sinking that left hip down into the mat. Gaze can be to the floor or up and under the arm to the sky. Can you reach through those fingertips as you inhale, stretching all the way from the hip to the fingers. As you exhale, can you soften down the side of the body? Can you release the tension? What does that feel like for you? Inhale, drawing that left hand back up, right hand follows into the sky. Release the hands down either side of the body. Just roll off those shoulders in any direction. Shake out the arms. If you've crossed the legs or you've got one foot tucked into the side, then switch the cross. So we're coming into what probably feels a little unnatural, but it's good to get the body to sit in a different way. We're going to inhale the arms up into the sky. As we exhale, left hand comes down to the side, reaching up and over with the right arm, sinking that right hip back down into the mat, feeling a lengthening and a stretching through the right side of the body, out through the fingertips. As you exhale, can the body soften? Maybe that left hand walks out a little further and that left elbow can come down to the floor. Maybe not. Notice, is the right hip lifted off the floor any amount? It may have gone a little too deep. Have the permission to ease back out and find that space that works for your body. Inhale, stretching up through that right hand, drawing the left hand to reach to the sky. Exhale, release, and roll the shoulders. Ease off that work. Maybe even drawing the shoulders up to the ears and then releasing them down. And it feels quite nice when you're tight in the shoulders, when you've been on any amount of computer or sitting at a desk during the day. I'm then going to release out into tabletop. So hands beneath or just in front of the shoulders, knees beneath the hips, toes untucked, tops of the feet coming down onto the mat. I'm going to walk the hands a little further forward. We're sending the hips forward down towards the mat, creating a long spine. Tuck in the elbows, bend the elbows, releasing down to the mat. Forehead comes to rest on the floor. Keep those elbows bent, tuck them in towards the body. On an inhale, we're going to lift from the chin, chest. We're not coming too high, just push into the hands. Draw the shoulders back and down. Exhale, release to the floor. Our flowing cobra. Inhale, lifting, chin, chest. Exhale, release. Flowing with your own breath. Maybe each time you come up, the body draws a little higher. Almost as though someone's lifting you up from the crown of the head. But we keep the hips grounded down into the mat. The belly can lift. This time as you drop, we're holding that position. Exhale out, looking over to the right shoulder. Inhale back to center. Exhale, looking out over the left shoulder. Exhale back to center. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, release. I'm going to bring the hands out in front to create a cushion. Elbows out to the side. Foreheads coming down to rest on the hands. Toes tuck in towards each other. Heels fall out to the side. Relax off the body here with the breath. Exhale and relax. Notice, are you holding any tension in the thighs? Are you holding any muscles around the bum, the back of the thighs? Any tension or tightness you're still holding onto in the shoulders? Feel them actively release. Feel them soften. On an inhale, lifting the head. Bring the hands either side of the chest, planting the palms down. Tuck the elbows in towards the body. Take a deep breath in, push into the hands, lifting the hips up and back. So we're just going to readjust slightly. We're bringing our knees out to the edges of the mat. Big toes together. Sink the hips back on an exhale. Start walking the hands out in front of us. Forehead and chest sink down to the mat. Coming into our child's pose, Balasana. And maybe if the forehead doesn't quite reach the floor, we can make some fists or grab a pillow. Let the forehead rest on a cushion, bringing the floor a little closer. Can we find those long, steady breaths in this pose? Can we come back to that notion of scanning from the head down through the body to the toes, sensing and feeling where our tension lies. Using the breath like a wave, a powerful wave, cleansing down through the body. On an inhale, we're lifting the head slightly, bringing the hands back towards the knee and gently rolling up through the spine, lifting each vertebrae. Head's going to come up fully left. Come onto our bums. Bring ourselves forward. Soles of the feet on the mat, knees bent, sitting up as tall as we can. Feeling those shoulders drawing down from the ears into that relaxed place. Drawing the hands out in front of us, reaching through those fingertips. Take a deep breath in here. And as we exhale, we're going to lower just a little away from the thighs. And pausing. Inhale, stretching through the fingertips, stretching through the crown. As we exhale, lower a little further. Can you pause a little further down? Maybe not. Can we take one last inhale? And exhale all the way down to the mat. And I invite you now to get fully comfortable into Shavasana or effortless rest pose, which is what we may have done at the beginning with our soles of the feet walked out to the edges of the mat, knees falling in towards each other. A full Shavasana, resting the feet out fully, legs stretched out, coming into the corners of the mat. Let the feet relax out to the side, arms drop away from the body, palms of the hands facing up, tuck of the chin in towards the chest, closing down the eyes, coming back to this sensation of relaxing the body into the earth. How does the body feel now? Does it feel easier to let go of the shoulders, sinking the backs of the shoulders into the mat, feeling parts of the back resting on the earth, feeling the back of the hips resting on the earth beneath you, feeling that exhale becoming longer, softer, almost like a whisper. Can you draw yourself inwards, close out the room around you. Begin to feel the tongue relaxing and sinking a little into the back of the mouth. The lips soft and possibly gently parting away from each other. And allowing yourself now, this time for you to completely surrender. Be fully present within yourself.
Gently deepening that in-breath, beginning to draw that fresh prana deep into the body, filling the lungs up with air and energy as you prepare to come back into the room, reawaken into your life, finding some gentle movement in the fingertips and the toes, a rock of the head from side to side, and very gently allowing yourself to move in any way that feels good, bringing a softness to all of those movements, and when you're ready, rolling over onto one side, pausing for a breath, and then bringing yourself back to seated to close out our practice. Bringing our hands together, palms meeting, thumbs touching into the heart space. A gentle smile on the lips, and a grateful thank you to yourself for showing up today and for taking this time just for you. The light and love within me bows to the light and love within you. Namaste, my friends. Thank you so much for practicing with me, and I would absolutely love to hear how that practice made you feel, because that intention was entirely yours to come through, and I look forward to practicing with you again.